sip of water. It's the What Up Doe, the What Up Doe, the What Up Doe Show. It's time to recognize if you don't know. It's the What Up Doe, the What Up Doe, the What Up Doe Show. It's time to recognize if you don't know.
The What Up Doe Show. Your commentary on sports, entertainment, and alternative news.
Hey, it's Friday. It's Friday. Hey, and it's the What Up Doe, the What Up Doe, the What Up Doe Show. Yeah, man, I sounded like my girl Georgette when I hit that deep note, didn't I? I know that's what you're thinking. What's going on, y'all? I'm out here chilling, man. I'm sorry, Georgette. That's my friend. I like Georgette. We do a show on Wednesday night, if you wasn't listening, on Blog Talk Radio. Check it out, the Relationship Handbook Live with Keish, Georgette, and myself. We had an interview with Keith Hart. Right? Yeah, Keith Richards Hart of the group Troop. Remember, spread my wings and fly away. The lead singer of Troop was on with us this past Wednesday. It was a great show. And Georgette was trying to clown me on the show a little bit. I'm just playing. That's my peoples, man. That's my girl. I love doing that show with them. That's my weekly threesome, the Relationship Handbook Live with Nikisha King and Georgette, as well as myself on Blog Talk Radio. So make sure y'all check that out, man. It is a Friday morning. I'm doing the show in the morning for a change. I know my shows are very sporadic these days, but it's all good. I was going to do the show last night. I was totally prepared to do the show last night, so if a lot of stories sound like yesterday, that would be why. But what happened was, by the time I got totally prepared and was ready to fire it up, it was about 1 o'clock in the morning. And I could just hear myself singing happy birthday at 1 o'clock in the morning, waking up everybody. So I decided to just save all the info for you this morning. So let's get down to some birthdays. And because of it, I got to double up on some birthdays because I had some really good birthday shouts for yesterday. So we're going to get those done. I got Deborah Benz. What's up, Deborah Benz? She is famous in the hood, and I won't say why. It has a little something to do with Tiggo Bitties. Also, big up to my nephew, Ernest. What's up, Ernest Wilson? What's going on, my big boy? He driving and stuff now, big old tall dude now. Look at old boy. What's up, Ernest? Also to my friend Tamika Real Deal Holyfield, the beautiful Nikki Daniel, good friend of mine. We used to work together my first job. The beautiful Danielle, Miss Tink Scott. I call her Dr. Scott. What up, though, Dr. Scott? Kamisha Marie Shelton, Robert Green, Maurice Harris, Lachelle Hudson, Mary Young, and a fantastic poet, Tasha Madison. That's yesterday's birthdays. That's a lot, right? Well, I have a lot for today as well. So today's birthdays, I got the beautiful Susan Brown, Karma Brooks Contreras, old friend of mine. We go way back to the hood. My friend, the beautiful Susan Suggs Brown, Jamie Clark, T. Smith, Anita Rogers, John Melton, Jermaine Patterson, and last but certainly far from least, the beautiful Jennifer Harris. Happy birthday to all of y'all. Mm-hmm. And now that I done got all that stuff out the way, let's go on and get this party started.
What Up Doe Sports?
And what up, Doe Sports? We're going to start with some NFL talk, man. After an incredible 12-year run here in Houston, Andre Johnson has found a new home. The 33-year-old wide receiver will play next season with the Indianapolis Colts. That means he gets to play us here in Houston twice a year. The contract is worth $21 million over 3 years. I'm going to say this, though. Even though I'm not real happy to see Andre go against the Texans twice a year like that, I can't say that I am happy for Andre Johnson, one of the few good guys left in football, especially at the wide receiver position where it seems to be Diva Haven. He turned out to be a class act and held on to be a class act, a great player, the greatest player ever to don a Texans uniform, and I'm sure that one day he will eventually don that uniform again so that he can retire a Texan. It's only right. It is only right. Good luck, Andre. Just as painful as watching Andre sign with the Colts was to Houston, Detroit had to feel the pain when they watched the official signing of Ndamukong Suh, a.k.a. Donkey Kong Suh, to the Miami Dolphins. That move makes my stomach turn. And just as painful as watching Ndamukong Suh sign with Miami was to Detroit, Dallas Cowboy fans had to be sick watching DeMarco Murray officially sign with the Philadelphia Eagles. He flew to Philadelphia to meet with the Eagles and made a strong move because even though they had just signed Ryan Matthews, they were still very interested in Murray. And I'm sure he's happy to be in the position to face Dallas twice a year because he wants some get back. But if it's all about the money, Murray will be headed to Oakland. But it wasn't all about the money because he signed with Philadelphia. Little basketball, big up to my Hoopla crew. My man Kyrie Irving dropped 57 last night as the Cavaliers beat the Spurs in overtime. That was huge. That was huge. So big up to the Hoopla crew. I don't have my Hoopity Hoopla lined up, so I'm going to just say Hibbity Hoopla! And the Colts released Trent Richardson. Are you surprised? They got Frank Gore. Why wouldn't they release Trent Richardson, who had about as many yards as Dino Red last season?
What up, Doe Entertainment?
Oh, yeah, I had a little skip there. What up, Doe Entertainment? Let's get down to some live entertainment news for you with your boy, Buck Nutty. What's going on, Buck Nutty?
What up, though? It's your boy Buck Nutty coming to you live with an entertainment report. Kanye West's next chart-topping hit is ready and waiting. All he has to do is re-record the racist chant that got 2 University of Oklahoma frat boys expelled. At least that's what Rush Limbaugh had to say. Limbaugh made the suggestion during his radio show, claiming if Yeezy made a song out of the Sigma Alpha Epsilon chant, you can hang him from a tree, but he can never sign with me. There will never be a nigger, S-A-E. He could cash in on it. As Rush put it, if this had been a song by Kim Kardashian's husband, they had sung this song at the Grammys, it'd be a hit. He seemed to be defending an MSNBC anchor who said the frat guys learned the N-word from rap music. Really? Rap music started the N-word? You mean to tell me all them days I watched The Roots, all those slavery folks, all the times I heard nigga before rap was out, you trying to tell me rap music started this? Nigga, please. Suge Knight fled the scene after killing a man in his truck, but now he claims he should be released from jail because he is not a flight risk. They say a 6'3", 315-pound black dude doesn't have many places effectively he can hide. They also say the famous defendant is one of the most recognizable people in America. Suge also says he's more than willing to accept home detention with an electronic monitoring bracelet, aka a tether, assuming there's one that fits his big-ass ankle. Authorities also worry he'd strong-arm eyewitnesses to the truck incident, but Suge's lawyer, Matthew Fletcher, says he's represented Mexican gang honchos who regularly put the screws to people and they get bail. Why can't Suge? Robin Thicke had 7.3 million reasons to crawl into a big dark pothole Tuesday night, but instead he chose to fill it with champagne and half-naked chicken heads to blow out his 38th birthday party. Thicke's party started at the Chateau Marmont and moved to Robin's Hollywood home, where a hottie rolled around in a hamster ball and exotic dancers bared and bounced their tatas around the crib. You should have saw all the tick old biddies. Actually, there was some little bitty old biddies in there. Anyway, no word whether Marvin Gaye's kids were invited. I'm guessing not. This your boy Buck Nutty coming to you live from the Up Doe Show.
What Up Doe News?
In Akron, Ohio, a man photographed defecating. I know, man. I know. You're thinking, you always got some stories about you on your show. A man photographed defecating on a vehicle is believed to be behind at least 19 incidents of parked car pooping.
All in they drove.
And I'm popping my peas while I say it. Where's that damn screen? I got to get that damn screen together. Anyway, the man who has been nicknamed the serial pooper, the mystery pooper, and the bio-movement bandit has been linked to 19 incidents involving human feces being left on parked vehicles dating back to May 2012. He's been doing this a long time. Why not the serial shitter? The man, who police said usually strikes between 5:30 and 6:30 in the morning, was caught on camera by a resident, yet the doo-doo man is still on the loose.
All in they drove.
In Sleman, Indonesia, you're gonna like this one. A 40-year-old widow in Indonesia posted an advertisement online offering to marry a man who agrees to purchase her home without negotiating the price. Winna Lynn, a widowed mother who owns a beauty salon, said she was planning to sell her home in Sleman, but due to recent financial troubles and a friend who works as a real estate agent suggested she post an ad seeking a buyer and a husband in one.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
The bid of the century, the advertisement reads, buy a house and marry the owner for serious prospective buyers only. No negotiations. Weena said a potential husband would have to agree to the full asking price for the house, and she will only accept suitors who are devout Muslims. Because she's a terrorist. Moscow, in Russia. Moscow city officials are planning a service to allow households to rent husbands for an hour to do work around the house.
I am delivered.
The husband for an hour service will allow residents to secure the services of a handyman to perform duties such as fixing leaky faucets and putting up shelves.
I am delivered.
The service will be free for low-income households and will be available for a fee. Why not just call the plumber? In Naples, Italy, an Italian company said no blasphemy was intended when they erected, and the operative word is erected. when they erected a billboard featuring a topless model dressed as a nun ahead of a planned papal visit.
Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw.
Clothing company Rosa de Cero came under fire from Naples natives when it erected a billboard recently featuring a topless model wearing a nun's habit and holding a rosary. The model's breasts are covered by only her arms.
Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw.
We recognize that we have made a strong marketing choice, but there was no intent to blaspheme, the statement said. Trivializing the act of prayer was not the intention in any way. We just thought naked nuns was a cool thing.
Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw.
What's the word? Johannesburg. Said, what's the word? Johannesburg. Before I get into this last story here, and I say that it comes to mind now, and I don't want to forget after I do the story. There was a shooting in Ferguson yesterday. There was a peaceful march or a protest in front of the police station because the police chief protested, and people are saying that's good but not enough because all you motherfuckers need to go. And I hear them loud and clear. Well, somebody opened fire and took a couple of cops down. So 2 cops were shot, one in the face, one in the shoulder. Hey, and I'm not saying that I quote unquote condone the violence. I'm not saying I condone you going out and let's just have an all-out war shooting cops. However, this is what you're creating. Message to the police. Message to the authorities. This is what you're creating. Okay? You are creating this type of atmosphere where people are starting to feel like the only way to get attention is to fight back. Protests are not working because you're not stopping the violence. You're not arresting these officers that are unjustly killing people. You are not punishing them. Even after you arrest them, you are not convicting them. You are giving them a pass. You are making excuses for them. And people are getting real sick and tired of it. And you are starting to create a hostile environment. And eventually, people that have had enough are going to fight back. So I'm not condoning what happened, but at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and show pity to these police officers who created their own monster. You're dealing with the monster you created. This happened in August of 2014, and we're still dealing with it. The police chief is just now retiring yesterday. Damn it, it's March 2015. This is an environment you are creating. This is your own mess. This is the bed you're making. Sleep in it. I'm not apologizing for what happened. I'm not condoning it, but I will not apologize for it. Stop the bullshit. Stop the madness, officers. Police officers, stop the madness. While I'm here, I saw a video yesterday with these girls jumping this one girl in a McDonald's and nobody helping. Instead, everybody's pulling out a camera trying to get their video on World Star. Stop that, kids. It was wrong. This girl was beat to a pulp. And it was horrible. And I understand not everybody wants to jump in because it was a lot of girls and some were throwing some hard blows and people didn't want to jump in and be a victim themselves. and end up on the wrong end of the World Star Video. But where were the guys? Brothers, you got to step in. Brothers, you got to step in and put a stop to it. One girl getting beat up by about 13 chicks was not cool. There was nothing funny about it. There was nothing entertaining about it. You're creating an environment that makes you look criminal, that makes you look suspect. Yeah, I know. White folks do it too. I ain't talking about them. I'll get to them in a minute. I didn't know I was going to go on this tangent, but since I'm here, hell with it. Getting back to that Rush Limbaugh story, or if it was Kanye West singing the SAE song. Well, it wasn't Kanye West, bitch. It wasn't Kanye West. It was a group of white kids on the bus being honest with themselves, and somebody caught them on tape. They didn't even write that song. That song has probably been in that fraternity before my time. They were wrong. Deal with it. Yeah, I know. Some white kids can go to a Snoop Dogg concert or a rap concert and sing along with Killer Nigga lyrics with an entirely different intent and with an entirely different mindset and for an entirely different reason. That's the difference. Sometimes it's not what you say. It's why you say it. It's how you say it. It's what's behind it. So yeah, I'm not on board with excusing these white kids because niggas say nigga too. Sorry. Not gonna happen. And I'm appalled at the guy on MSNBC talking about they learned the nigga word from rap music. Is that right? Where did you learn it from? You were saying nigga before rap music. Where did you learn it from? You're 60. You've been saying nigga since you were 13. Where did you learn it? Bitch. People just think we're stupid. All right, now where I was going with what's the word? Johannesburg, South Africa. A TV journalist was mugged on camera seconds before he was due to deliver a live report outside a hospital. The news camera recorded the two men approaching contributing editor Vuyo Mavoko outside Johannesburg's Milpak Hospital while he was preparing to deliver a report on Zambia's president arriving at the facility. That's gangster. This is gangster. You want to know what gangster is? It's not being with your 15 friends jumping some girl in a McDonald's. This is gangster. It was like seconds before we aired and then the commotion started. I couldn't believe why they'd walk right in front of the camera because the light is on and they could see that. And our car is branded so they could see that. This is a live broadcast.
Break yourself, fool!
Mavoko told the What Up Doe Show. Mavoko said the robbers demanded he hand over his phone. So in case you missed where I was going with this story, this guy was robbed on camera. He was on camera doing a news story, a popular news story about the president arriving. And these guys come on camera.
Break yourself, fool!
And stick him up. Because I wasn't giving him the phone, he then called the other one over, had a gun, and said, the bullet job. Which translates,
break yourself, fool!
No, it doesn't. It translates, shoot this dog. That's gangster as hell. Shoot this dog. Mavoko told the What Up Doe Show after the incident. Immediately, he said the men fled after he handed over his phone. Of course, he handed over his phone when he heard the shoot the dog, shoot this dog. The robbers also took another phone and a laptop computer from the news crew. Since you're going to hold out on your phone, we're going to take another one and a laptop, damn it. If you'd have just gave us the phone, we'd have took your phone and left. That's gangster. Hopefully, someone will be able to identify them and get them arrested.
Break your yourself, fool!
It ain't gangster to beat up a chick with your friends. Gang up on some girl in a McDonald's. Walk in front of the camera and rob the reporter. That's gangster. Yo, man, you know what? That is all I have. I'm going to get out of here, man. I want to say thanks to everybody that's listening, man. I appreciate you listening. Big ups to all my people out there in the Black Podcasters United. Big ups to my girl, Lavinia. She be show enough. She does a show called Straight No Chaser. You can catch it on Stitcher.com. And also, I want to say big up to my man, Latone Hart of the 730 Show.
We interrupt this podcast to tell you about Latone Hart and the 730 Show.
I interrupt his commercial to say peace out, press your crease out, keep the police out while I bust his knees out, and I'm out of here like last year. Peace.
We interrupt this podcast to tell you about Latone Hart and the 730 Show. Pop culture from the dark side.
He's a jackass.
730. Resisting arrest, eating dry ramen noodles, stalking my ex on Facebook. Yeah, I may need medicine. Blacker than chewed up tobacco. The 730 Show. Available on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and Spreaker.
What up? It's your boy Dino Red of the Red Rock Podcast Network. And you listen to my boy T. Wilson of the What Up Doe Show. You better tell somebody, baby.
What up, everybody? This is your girl Keish, host of the Relationship Handbook Live, and you're tuned into my boy T on the What Up Doe Show. What up, Doe? What up, Doe? It's the What Up Doe Show.
Hey, this is Jerry Taylor from the You Name It podcast, and I'm here to tell you that you would be a jackass to turn off the What Up Doe Show.
What up, everybody? This is Gil Lowry from the Onyx Truth podcast, and you were listening to my homeboy T. Wilson from the What Up Doe Show. So keep it locked, fam.
This is Murray Riley Jr. from the Stump and Shout Talk Show, now the Sky Shout Radio podcast. You're listening to my man Tim Wilson of the What Up Doe Show. Keep it tuned in, everyone.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
What up, Doe? Rocking with my main man T, all the way from Southwest Detroit, where they probably made the word "What Up, Doe." You feel me?